Initially it appeared it might be a tall order when Frank Lampard returned as Chelsea manager and outlined his determination to retain their top four place. Not anymore. With Eden Hazard gone, a transfer embargo and a young manager working with an even younger squad, they were hardly the ideal circumstances to make a push for the top spot. But, heading into the second international break, Chelsea's bid to be best of the rest is gaining momentum after brushing aside Southampton to move up to fifth. They look as well placed as anyone to claim one of those coveted Champions League positions behind Manchester City and Liverpool. The injection of youth has brought a vibrancy and energy to this Chelsea side, and they have dovetailed well with the more seasoned campaigners youngsters Lampard has relied on to form a side who have thrived with the shackles taken off them after Maurizio Sarri's restricting football last season. There was more evidence of how they have gelled at St Mary's, which has become more of a happier home for Chelsea than Southampton recently. Tammy Abraham and Mason Mount scored Chelsea's first two goals, and Callum Hudson-Odoi also impressed on his return to Chelsea's Premier League starting side. All good news for England boss Gareth Southgate, who has the first two in his current squad and Hudson-Odoi in the under-21s. Then N'Golo Kanté scored Chelsea's third before Jorginho and other members of Chelsea's old guard managed them way through the second half before Michy Batshuayi applied the late gloss. There were a few shaky defensive moments to cause Lampard some concern, but not enough to ever leave the result in doubt or take away from how his side took full advantage of their generous hosts. This was Chelsea's fifth win in a row here, an outcome that prompted jeers from the home fans at full time. And no wonder. They have not seen a home win since April and remain just a point outside the drop zone. These are worrying times for boss Ralph Hasenhüttl. Hasenhüttl handed Shane Long a first start of the season as Southampton went in search of their first home win of the campaign. Yan Valery was also appearing for the first time since Southampton's Brighton win at the end of August after a form dip cost the right back his place in Hasenhüttl's side. It was unlikely to be a gentle reintroduction for Valery, who found himself up against fellow youngster Callum Hudson-Odoi, given a first Premier League start since rupturing his Achilles in April by Lampard. Hudson-Odoi had got back into the swing of things quickly and pressed his claims for a league start in his 3 appearances since his return from injury, scoring against Grimsby and setting up goals for Willian against Brighton and Lille in midweek. While Long is far from the most prolific striker, Southampton's high-pressing start pointed to why he had been selected. After one turnover deep in Chelsea territory, Nathan Redmond had Kepa flying acrobatically through the air as he watched the Southampton wingers drive flash inches over his bar just 45 seconds in. Chelsea were causing their own problems too with their use of the ball at the back. A miss-hit pass from Fikayo Tomori eventually led to a corner which, thankfully for the England new boy, came to nothing. Hearts were in mouths again not long after when keeper took his time on the ball as Danny Ings closed in. As it turned out, he got rid of the ball just in time and started the counter, which led to Chelsea's first meaningful attempt. Cesar Azpilicueta, recipient of keeper's pass, set Hudson-Odoi away, and he caught the ball back to Tammy Abraham, whose 20-yard shot forced Angus Gunn into his first action of the day. That link-up was a sign of things to come. 6 minutes later, Hudson-Odoi spotted Abraham making a run in behind Maya Yoshida and picked him out with a ball over the top. Abraham missed his attempt to control the ball but still had the presence of mind to get an attempt in, sticking out a leg to lift the ball over the onrushing Gunn. Yoshida sprinted back and looked to have kept the ball out with a brilliant goal line clearance, but his efforts were in vain. Referee Paul Tierney's watch buzzed to signal the ball had crossed the line, and Abraham had his 9th goal of the season and 8th in the league to celebrate his England recall in midweek. While that was unlucky, Southampton deserved to ship their second 7 minutes later. Gunn's poor kick was intercepted by Mount, Bednarek's header was by Willian, and, after Jorginho kept the ball in the danger area, the Brazilian played in Mount to thump in his 4th goal of the season. Portsmouth-born Mount loved it too, cupping his ears in celebration in front of a section of the home fans. He was not far off rubbing in twice, but side-footed over and then wide in quick succession. After his side gifted Chelsea possession from Mount's second chance, Hasenhüttl turned back to his bench and shook his head in disgust. That's how bad they were defending. He was happier just before the half-hour. Ballery burst through a group of 4 Chelsea players and beat another 2 before crossing for Danny Ings to poke in his 4th goal in 3 matches. Game on. For 10 minutes anyway. Then Southampton were opened up with ease again. Marcos Alonso found N'Golo Kanté in way too much space just outside the box, and his drive deflected off Bednarek to leave Gunn helpless. Still, though, Chelsea gave Southampton hope. Tomori's blind back pass was seized on by Ings, who forced the ball past keeper, but not the diligent Jorginho, who kicked the striker's goal-bound effort clear to maintain Chelsea's 2-goal advantage. Southampton, meanwhile, were booed off at the break. There might have been an exodus 3-4 minutes into the second half when Willian put Hudson-Odoi through on goal, but Gunn stuck out a leg to deny Chelsea a 4th. Abraham tested Gunn too before Yoshida bailed him out after the Southampton keeper missed an Alonso cross. There were a couple more moments of brief panic from Tomori and Zouma that threatened to let Southampton in, but in truth the visitors had few problems. So few the away fans mocked the home ones by chanting "Oh, when the Saints go marching out" when the late exodus begun. And it became a mass one in the 89th minute when Chelsea subs Christian Pulisic and Michy Batshuayi combined, and the Belgian slid in his first league goal for the club since October 2017 to make it 4-1.